Doug Rice. I'm working with Dr. Heisterberg on his personal learning environment and business 4200. This video is intended to show you how to set up your personal learning environments with the three categories of workplace learning, informal learning, and academic or formal learning. The blog, as you should have set up already, is a WordPress blog. They're very easy to set up, but that's assumed in this video. If you haven't set up your WordPress blog already, you need to do that. Once it's up and running, you can adjust your header. This is a very simple header with a very simple graphic. And then there's a welcome to my blog message. This blog is dedicated to business intelligence and can be used for lifelong learning. There's a couple of sample posts here: Intro to WordPress Learning, Informal Learning, and then some introductory post that says, here we go, welcome to my blog kind of thing. This is set up as three main categories: informal learning, and then of course there's always an uncategorized. If you don't put it in a category, it will fall into that. And of course workplace learning. And so that's two of the three. What I'm going to show you now is how to set up the third. So at the header up here, if you're logged in, you see my site and reader up here. You can read other blogs. Then you go over here and you've got write in your profile and some alerts. If you click on write and you get a new blog post, we're going to entitle this post Academic Formal Learning. And this will be just an intro, I can't type today, intro to, I still can't type today, L-E-A-R-N, I need to learn how to type is what I need to learn how to do. Okay, so academic formal learning, that's a standard blog post. Here's what you need to know how to do, is under categories and tags over here, we've got some categories already up there. You can see it automatically checks uncategorized as a default. We don't want it to be uncategorized. We have informal learning and workplace learning. We want to add a new category, and the new category is formal learning. And it's a top level category, and we add it. And so now we have a new category, formal learning. Now the other thing we can do is further identify what we're talking about in the tags section over here. So under tags, if we want to add a tag, you can see I have a couple of tags. One is golf. Where would golf fall? Of course, informal learning, because it's not about academic, it's not about workplace, it's your personal learning. That's where you would put there. And of course, I'd put all my golf tips and things in that one. And I also have overview. Now, overview is this version of a tag to these different posts. So if I just wanted to look at the overviews, I'd hit the overview tag, and I would see the overviews of all of my categories, or however I wanted to set it up. But in this case, we're just going to use the overview tag, and so far we're good. We're set up. We have a new category. We have a tag in there that will allow us to easily sort it. So this is pretty good. We like this, and we're going to hit publish. And so publish actually puts it live on the web. Now this is obviously very important. When you hit publish, it's out there. So be very careful what you do when you hit publish. So we see academic formal learning is done. It's been published. We can view post. I'm going to click on view post. So it gives a little pop-up, and we got the Rodney Heisterberg blog. We've got the post itself. You can see it's tagged in overview. And here at the top, it says Heisterberg in formal learning, the date, and so on. It only has 4 words. Leave a reply. Furthermore, you can see the three main categories. I called it three main categories for a reason: formal learning, informal learning, and workplace learning. And then we have 2 uncategorized posts here. So when I took the uncategorized click box off, apparently in the other 2 posts it hasn't been taken off. Also, you can see the tag here is overview. If we just go to these uncategorized posts for a second, you can see that these 2 posts have not been taken out of uncategorized. So I'm going to fix those right now. We just close this and we go back to the site, and this is your workplace or your WordPress behind the scenes work page. So we go to blog posts and we see our academic formal learning, intro to formal learning, informal learning, and here we go. Well, a couple of these had non-categorized. So I'm going to go to this edit, and under categories and tags, it's called uncategorized. Well, here we go is actually a category of non-formal learning. So we could leave that, or we could just call it uncategorized. So I'm going to leave it as uncategorized because this doesn't really fall into any other category. So I'm going to leave that one alone, and I'm going to go back and see if which one of the other ones are like that. So we just did academic formal learning. So let's say intro to workplace learning. We go to categorize and see this is uncategorized. So I'm going to take that off because it's not uncategorized, it's actually categorized, and I should have taken it off when I updated it. So I'm going to update that, and I view the post, and you can see it's now Heisterberg in Workplace Learning, Intro to Workplace Learning. That makes sense. It's tagged in Overview, and that's done. And as you can see, I only have one more uncategorized blog post. And what uncategorized blog post is that? Well, that's the uncategorized blog post of Here We Go. So it's introduction to the blog itself. That's not in a category. We're going to leave that alone for now. And so now when we go back and we go to my site, I can view my site preview. And here's the site. And you can see that we have formal learning, informal learning, uncategorized, and workplace learning. So we've got a list of main categories. If I want to know what's on each one, I just click on it, and there you go. I see the category of academic formal learning, and I would see all my blog posts. For the workplace learning, I'm going to see the same thing. And then you can just continually add blog posts as you receive new information. And of course, you want to update your tags. So if we do a new blog post, let's get out of this and go back here to write, and we're going to say business 4200, and this is discussion question, discussion question, say comments. So these are comments you would make on your discussion questions. And you could post these to the blog, no problem. We go over here to categories and tags. And so this is formal learning because it's part of Business 4200. In fact, I'm going to retitle this to DQs so I know what it is. And then I want to add a tag. So what tag do I want to add to this under formal learning? Well, formal learning is a big, broad umbrella. You're going to have multiple classes. You're going to have multiple things. So we're going to call this Business 4200. And then that's one tag, and when I hit that in the click on away from that, when you click away from that, it will turn this shaded color, and then you can add another tag, and we're going to call it DQ. So I've got a tag of discussion questions and a tag of Business 4200. These tags will show up so you can look at all your discussion questions from all of your classes if you want to sort it that way. Or you can sort it by Business 4200, which will give you the posts for Business 4200. Now, how you use this tagging system and this category system is a personal preference. This will set it up for this particular course and is a good framework for starting, but as you move forward in your personal learning environment, you can set it up any way you want. So I'm going to publish this and wait for it to finish, and then I'm going to view post. And you can see that I have academic formal learning, and I have a tag of 4200 and DQ, and so on. The overview is not a tag here. We want to get rid of uncategorized, and we will update. You can see how easy it is to forget uncategorized. It goes in automatically, and so that can be something you miss, but no big deal. This isn't going very quickly. Update. Apparently we've done that. So I'm going to go. Here's my final site. So these posts are in order of when they were posted. So the posts are there. As you look, you can see a blog dedicated for intelligent or business intelligence. You've got your categories. I've got the extra post and formal learning. You can see the Business 4200 DQ and overview is tagged. Now this is I set this up as a word cloud. So the bigger the letters, the more tags you have, or the more posts you have that are tagged that way. So overview has more posts than 4200 or DQ. But this is a word cloud they'll change in size. And if you don't want to know what a word cloud is, of course, Google it and you can see what example of word cloud. Therefore, when your personal learning environment is set up, what you should have is 3 main categories, and you should start tagging your posts. And now you can see how you use an online WordPress blog to create a personal learning environment. And as you learn more things that you need to keep, or you should keep for a long period of time, then you can post to this and it'll be a central point of communication, central repository of your personal learning experiences that you can refer to over time. So when you come back to something, and Business 4200 will teach you many lessons that you may want to keep for forever, this is a way to do that. So there's other ways. My personal favorite is Evernote. We'll talk about Evernote hopefully in the future, but you can definitely do it this way and make posts. You can add videos, you can add media. So this is an easy, free way to create a learning environment where you are able to store information and retrieve it quickly as you need it. So you could, as I said, there's golf tips in here as a personal learning environment. You can do recipes. I do quite a few things in my life, articles I want to read, blogs that I want to follow. All of these things can be part of your personal learning environment. And now you've got a setup for categorizing and tagging, which allows an environment where you can find information quickly and you know where it is, but you don't have to memorize it. It's much easier to be able to go find it and store it and not lose it without trying to memorize it and say, where did I put that? Well, all I had to do was remember what category it would be in and then what tag I would have put to it. And you can find all the information that you have learned over the course of your academic, your work, and your informal learning environments. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, talk to Dr. Heisterberg. Of course, you can find me around school as well, but this is his class, his blog, his personal learning environment. Please direct your questions directly to him. Thank you so much, and have a good day.